All right, guys, this is part 2 of your compound notes. In this part, we're going to learn how to count the number of elements and compounds. So right here, we have a compound. This is the chemical formula for this thing called silver chromate right here. So this is how we represent silver chromate. So to count how many elements are in a compound, all you got to do is count your capital letters. Each capital letter in the chemical formula represents one element. Well, because each chemical symbol has one capital letter. So the question is, how many elements are in the compound silver chromate? So we're going to go look up here at our chemical formula, and we're going to count capital letters. So right here I have 1, 2, 3 capital letters. That means there are 3 elements in the compound silver chromate. Pretty easy. The next part is you are going to have to count how many atoms of each element. And to do that, you follow these 3 steps. First thing you have to do is identify what elements are listed. Remember that your elements have a capital letter. So our first one is Ag. So I'm going to write that down here, or I'm going to try to, probably not well. Our second element, Cr. So again, trying to write that down here. And our last element is just this little O all by itself. Now, the next step is to identify the subscripts, which is the little bitty number for each element. Now, here's the tricky part. If there is no subscript, it has only one atom. So if there is nothing beside the element, that means it has a given number of 1 atom. So we can see here, I'm going to erase this so we can see a little better. We can see here that Ag has a subscript of 2. So I'm going to go back down here, and by Ag, I'm going to write 2. And then next, we're going to look at Cr. Ooh, Cr doesn't have a little number here. So what I want you to do always, if there's not a subscript, a little number, I want you to write in a given 1. And let's go back down here. Write Cr dash. It has 1 atom. And then lastly, we've got the O. So that one's pretty easy. O has a 4 right by it. So we're just going to write that over here. O, 4. So for your last step, I just want you to list the atoms of each element. So you're kind of going to repeat step number 2. And I'm going to do this in light blue. Ag has 2. Cr has 1. O has 4 atoms. We're going to do more practice on this, so if this is confusing to you, come and raise your hand to ask me to go over it with you, or if you're a remote learner, join me on Zoom, and I can do another reteach of this.